Alright guys, I'm back with my tutorial number 2 out of 4 of my breakdown of my popcorn video. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how I created this. Popcorn explode, right? Alright, just joking. Alright, so in this popcorn explode tutorial, I'm going to go through the process of how I did all the VFX, how I removed the wires and all that. If you haven't seen my how to shoot an awesome tutorial with the popcorn video, you can watch that first to get an idea of how I shot this. But really, I used a wire and a heat gun and put it very close, used some oil and went pop. And we filmed it with a macro 100 lens. And these are the shots. I went through, it took me about 30 tries and only 5 of them were somewhat successful. So here's the first one right here, second one, third one, fourth one. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is we bring them into Premiere. I have to be in Premiere first because unfortunately with the Blackmagic Ursa, you have to have a special program that you have to put into Premiere to allow it to use the read the raw footage, and it doesn't work for After Effects. So what I have to do is bring it into Premiere first, and why I do that as well is that I'm going to put my base grade on because, like I said, this is raw footage that we're working with, and so I want to get as much information as I can out of it. And the base grade that I do is just to input Rec 709 just for Ursa Mini Pro, and that's what I do. So that's the first step, and then Command C, and I'm just going to paste on the rest of these, easy peasy, and we're going to make an out point, and we're just going to export all these together, Command M. All right, and what I export for when I'm going to use this multiple times is QuickTime. Apple ProRes 422, high quality, use maximum render quality, and render at maximum depth. And then I press export. And that is going to ensure that you have solid quality, that you're not going to lose any of the quality when you're exporting. All right, so next what we're going to do is pop into After Effects, no pun intended. And we are going to break down how I edited these. So we're going to go find the footage that we named, which is popcorn rough right here. And we're going to just drop it into a new sequence. So you just grab your footage, drop it in a new sequence like that. Boom. Chicka pop. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. I say boom a lot. All right, so we found our popcorn. It's all one timeline now. Easy, right? So we're gonna go and wait until it explodes, which is right there. And then before the next clip changes, we're gonna do edit split. You can export all these separately if you want. And then you're just gonna go through and then split the rest of these. I'm only gonna show you guys one because it's very unnecessary for me to show you how I did every single one so we can save some time. All right, so you're gonna split all these, and then the tool that you're gonna use is called Simple Wire Removal, which is actually very cool because say if you're ever gonna be doing some flying stunts and you need to rig somebody up with a wire, this is how you remove that wire and you make it look like somebody's flying. All right, so Simple Wire Removal, just drag that and put it onto your clip. We're gonna grab the point A, which is right here, and put it right next to the close part of the popcorn. And then we're gonna grab point B, put it right over here, and try to line it up center with that wire. All right, that looks pretty good. And then we're just gonna start increasing the thickness. Keep increasing, and as you can see, the wire is slowly starting to disappear. And then, oop, that looks pretty good, but now we're gonna do a little bit of mirror blending. And let's see, how does that look? That actually looks pretty good. If we zoom out, you really can't notice at all, especially because I know that these are going to be very fast explosions. So starting from the beginning, let's actually put this back right here. Perfect. So we're going to start from the beginning of the clip. You're going to click on the stopwatches at point A and point B, and then you're going to move along until it gets close to exploding. As you can see right there, it starts to move in. So we're going to move in right there to cover up the wire. Keep going. As you can see, it's growing still. So we're just going to follow it in, cover up that wire, follow it in, cover up the wire. Just the whole process. Just be nice and cautious with how you do it. Nice and easy. And then let's see how that looks. Let's play it real fast. See. Okay, it's not terrible. Let me see if, all right, looking at it like this, because it's gonna be a little bit smaller. Not bad. It gets a little bad right there. Let's see if we can fix that by, no. All right, fixed it like that. There we go. It's not terrible. So that is the process on how I do that. I know it looks a little funky at the end, but since there's gonna be so many different pieces of popcorn exploding, you're not gonna really notice that because your eye's gonna be focused on the bigger picture. So like that, I kind of actually moved that. Let's drop this down. I kind of messed that up. You can fix that really quick by seeing the points that I made, which is right here. All right. And we'll fix that last point, point A, by just dragging it in a little bit more. Perfect. Okay, so easy, just like that. So let's pretend like that's all finished now. Nice, perfect. All right, and then we're just gonna go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Pretend like we just did them all. And then you can name it whatever you want. And then the settings that I use is best, quality, full resolution, okay. And then go down to lossless and make sure it's on QuickTime. And then format RGB, millions of colors, format options, animation, okay, okay, render. All right. Then once that's done rendering, you're gonna bring it all the way back into Premiere. I know. Okay. So we brought these all back into Premiere. I'm gonna dive into the one that I actually already made so I can show you guys. Where is it? Right here. Cool. So here it is. And here's all the different pieces of popcorn. So like I said, there was only 5 popcorn shots that worked. So we're gonna start with our base. I'm gonna turn all these off right here. All right, so let's start with our first one, which is this big one right here. All right, boom, opens up, right? And I'm gonna use this one because it gives a lot of pink background space. So it's also gonna be my background. So this is gonna be the main one that shows the whole time. And then we're gonna bring in our next piece. So I'm just gonna grab the next shot that I have, which is this one right here. Let me just clean this up a little bit, reset everything on it. All right, so let's turn on the eyedropper. All right, so it's this one. It's rotated, so let's fix that as well. Right there, perfect. Everything's reset. All right, here's the next shot. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is do a mask. So you're gonna go to opacity and grab the ellipse tool, or click the ellipse tool, just like that. And then we're gonna just bring a mask and nice and feather around it like that. Let's see how big the popcorn opens up. It's gonna be right there, so we can bring this a little bit smaller. But make sure your feather is nice and large, because the problem is that the colors of each one that you shot is gonna be different than each from the original. So the pink is actually gonna look different than the other ones. Then we're gonna bring it in here, right here it is, and then you can move it around, you can place it, however, you can rotate it because you're gonna wanna make them all different. You can invert them, whatever is gonna make those 5 shots look like all original shots. And then you're gonna place them around different sizes, and then you're gonna put them at different explosion parts. Let's move this one up so it's not in the way there, like that. And slowly but surely, you're gonna build a scene like this. Perfect. Whoops. All right, so these all look like they're relatively blended in pretty well, but that's not actually the case. So as you can see, this one I just took off the Lumetri color. You're gonna have issues like this trying to blend in the background because we shot these all in a lighter pink and the edges are gonna be a little bit darker. And the way to fix that is, what I figured out is you can click on the layer, you can go over to Lumetri, right? Go into curves, and it's a really simple fix. You can use hue versus luma. You click on the eyedropper, click on the one that you're trying to fix right there. And then all you're gonna have to do is, once these 3 dots come up, is just drag it down, because see the pink is brighter on that one and you wanna match it. Just drag it down until it matches. Perfect, and it just got brighter again for some reason. Okay, there we go. So, boom, easy. And that's how you can fix all the colors. And if you need to use hue versus hue, maybe to like match the pinks so they're more similar, you can as well. And that is how I blended all of them. Now going back into the final part, I nested all those together. So now it's one sequence right here. And then I just added a nice simple keyframe of pushing in. I don't like to use easy ease. I think it gets a weird look, but the one that I use is just, I went from 90 to 95 and it gives a nice little push in as these all explode. And then I have my final color grade on top. All right, so that was video number 2 of the tutorial sequence for my popcorn editing process of the boom exploding popcorn shot. VFX, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. So the next one is going to be the bag spin and explosion, and the last one is the advanced retouching. And if you haven't seen my first one, which is how to edit a product video, please check that out. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and I'm going to keep making these. Until next time.